Hey guys, what is going on? Voodoo51292, and we are doing our channel update a little bit early this week. I'm actually doing this on Sunday night, but it just works in better with my uploading schedule because I actually have a break right now in my game footage uploads, and so this works out better for me to do it tonight. Actually, let me turn up the brightness a little bit because for some reason the auto brightness is always a little too dark. Okay, I think that's a little better. But anyway, it suits me better to do this update tonight on Sunday night than it does tomorrow when I'll be uploading a bunch of stuff, but the channel update, scoot over. This update does cover the week of Monday, December 19th of 2011 through Sunday, December the 25th of 2011, Christmas Day. And we are fast approaching the new year. We are fast approaching 2012. Oh no. The deadly, end of the world apocalypse year, which is a bunch of nonsense, but anyway, it is Christmas week, and we have a lot to talk about on this Christmas week about what has been going on and what's going to be continuing to go on here in the future. And this past week, as you know, basically started what I'm calling gamingpalooza, where I trying to complete all of these games here at the end of the year that I wasn't able to finish for one reason or another earlier this year. And it's 5 major games that I'm trying to get done. And this past week I've been working on the first of these games, which was Assassin's Creed Revelations. And so far I've only done 40 parts, which you may think, that's a good amount of videos. Excuse me. You may think, it's a good amount of videos, but honestly, I wanted to do more. I was kind of hoping to, this week, wrap up at least the campaign of Assassin's Creed Revelations, but unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that I said might happen happened where, I didn't necessarily have the time because I was called on to do other commitments and things. There were a few days this week where I was like, okay, I'm planning on, sitting down and really tackling Assassin's Creed, playing a lot of it today, but, I would get called on a commitment. My girlfriend would call me up, say she's bored, and wants to come over, so she would come over all day one day. Yesterday I was out, I had to go out Christmas shopping, and there were some other days where other things happened. Yesterday I had my friends come over, 2 days ago I went Christmas shopping. Yesterday I had my friends Tyler and Dave over, and I was going to play more, but they both haven't played Assassin's Creed Revelations yet. They're going to play it, so they didn't want me to play it and, ruin the game for them. So there's all kind of things this week that have kind of hindered me from, actually sitting down to play the game. And in fact, I've only played 2 sessions of the game. That's right, I've gotten to part 40 playing 2 sessions, and so, it's almost kind of like a DSP style, but I wanted to play more. I really did. But I'm up to part 40. I'm about 8 hours and 15 minutes or so into the campaign of Assassin's Creed Revelations. And I've been working on it. But I'm obviously not going to wrap it up this week. But here's my plans, going forward. Also, one more thing. One thing I did do last week was I actually finally made the video I was talking about, where I kind of take you on a tour basically of my channel now that I've switched to the new YouTube layout, and it's about a half-an-hour video and basically explains to you the new layout kind of in a nutshell, where everything is on the new layout, and then I kind of talk about myself and how I am using the new layout, where you can find my stuff, how I'm going to be uploading, or how I'm going to be how I'm going to be presenting my stuff, the stuff that I want you to see. I kind of tell you where that is, where you can find it, and so forth, and how you can find things easier on my channel. So that video is up. It's in my favorites. You can go to my favorites playlist, which is on the right-hand side of the page now. A little further down, you can find my favorites playlist, and it's the first video in that playlist, so watch it if you haven't already, so you can learn about the new channel. And actually it's the second video in my favorites because I favorited something else today. But anyway, it's in my favorites. Go watch it if you haven't. it's good, it's informative, and I would ask that you go and watch that video. So, my plans for this week and weeks coming. This week, I am putting a lot of focus on wrapping up Assassin's Creed Revelations. Finishing the single player, doing some multiplayer, and doing doing a game review. And I figure I need 3 days to do that. I'm giving myself 2 days to finish the Assassin's Creed campaign, and then 1 day to play a good deal of multiplayer and get the review out. So if I can get myself 3 days this week, and I'm planning on tonight being one of those days, I'm going to sit down tonight after I do this video and play more Assassin's Creed, hopefully pump out around another 16 parts or so tonight. So including tonight, if I can give myself 3 more days, I feel like I should be able to do it. Of course, it's going to be complicated because, of course, this week is Christmas week, and it's going to be busy. I'm going to have other commitments still, during the weekend coming up, Saturday and Sunday, which is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I doubt that I'm going to be doing any gameplay, potentially on Christmas Eve, but I don't know, so we'll see what happens with all of that. But this week, I want to wrap up Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, the next thing on the list to do after I finish Assassin's Creed is, of course, Dead Island and Batman Arkham City, which I said are the 2 games that, without a doubt, I want to complete before the new games for next year kick in. And I'm probably going to be doing those simultaneously, because as you know, the Dead Island playthrough is a co-op playthrough with my friend Brandon. And so for that to happen, we both have to have a day where we're both free and can sit down and put a good amount of time into the game, into Dead Island. But I assume that there are going to be days where I can play and he can't. And when that happens, I'm probably going to be playing Batman, because that's a single player game. So when he's busy and I'm not, I'll be sitting down and playing Batman, on and off. When we wrap up Dead Island, then all my attention is going to focus on Batman, and that game I will be playing solely. I will solely be playing Batman, and then of course I'm going to do an evaluation when I complete Dead Island and Batman, see where we are in the year, see how much time I have left, and then make a decision as to whether or not I want to try to tackle Deus Ex, which is a long game, or whether or not I want to grab Gears of War 3, and because that's just a third-person game, 8 or 9 hours, sit down and go through that and get that up, because, I have no doubts I can finish Gears of War, within a couple of days or so, especially since I've already started Gears of War, and just leave Deus Ex and say, oh well, that's the one game that bit the dust this year. I completed every game I wanted to except Deus Ex, but I don't know all that yet. I have to finish Assassin's Creed, I have to finish Batman, I have to finish Dead Island, and when all that's done, we'll make an assessment, because keep in mind, I still want to make my year-end video, my top 10 games of the year, and I'd like to make it nice and, do some editing, maybe make an intro for it, maybe, get a logo and do some watermarking. I actually have done some research and found some, free watermark software. So I have this hair that's dangling in front of my eye, and it's been driving me crazy this whole video, and I can't get it. It's one of those things where you don't know where it is exactly. It's still there. It's dangling in front of my face. It's so annoying. It's still there. Oh well, I'll have to deal with it later. I'll just have to be annoyed by it, but and so those videos are going to take some time to do, to do the editing on it and to play around. So I need to do an evaluation, definitely, when I finish the games that I need to finish. So that's basically my plans right now. 1 game at a time. Well, 2 once I beat Assassin's Creed, but you get my drift. So that's the deal with that. Moving on now to talk about some other things, some other odds and ends, so to speak. People may be wondering what I'm going to be doing about my Skyrim playthrough, because as you know, I'm almost on part 100 of Skyrim. I'm nowhere near done. I'm nowhere near done, and all I can tell you is this, is that I'm going to try to fit Skyrim in where I can fit it in. And that's all I can tell you. You know, if I decide after I've beaten Dead Island and Batman that, hey, I don't have enough time to do Deus Ex, maybe I have enough time to do Gears of War 3, but that leaves me some time, but not enough to do Deus Ex, then I may jump in back to Skyrim. But I have a feeling that when I'm going to put Skyrim footage up is going to be over the course of next year, when there's nothing going on. Basically, when there's downtime with games, there's really nothing new to play. I will probably be jumping back into Skyrim, doing some things, because there's going to be DLC for Skyrim coming out next year that I'm going to want to play. And so I'll probably be jumping back into Skyrim, you know, when I have the free time, when I can do it. Right now I have too many other games that I need to get done before I can think about going back to playing Skyrim. So I will do Skyrim when I can do Skyrim. That's all I can say about it. A couple more things before we adjourn for tonight. Go over to TGP Gaming HD. And if you don't remember who that is, that's the guy that Brandon and I played with co-op for Uncharted 3 and had a blast doing it. He has a video up right now, actually, where he says it's his funniest moment that he's ever had being on YouTube, and it's actually a clip of us playing Uncharted 3, and it's actually pretty funny, and he does like a dual, he does some good editing. Basically, he shows you both sides of the incident. He shows it from his perspective, and he shows it from my perspective, and then talks a little bit about it. And it's pretty funny. It is a pretty funny moment, so head on over. That's the other video I talked about that I favorited, was that video. It's pretty funny, so either go to my favorites and watch it, or go to his channel and watch it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought it was pretty funny. Another thing I want to talk about, and I just kind of had this idea, and we'll see, you know, if it pans out, if people are interested in doing this. But if you are a fan of mine who has watched my stuff for a good amount of time, or if you're a new fan and have just been watching my stuff recently, if there's a moment that you've seen that is particularly memorable to you, you know, because it was funny. If you found something particularly funny in one of my playthroughs or in one of my videos that I did that wasn't of gameplay or anything like that, anything funny, I invite you to go ahead and submit that to me. And when I mean submit, I basically mean tell me, you know, the video, you know, this playthrough part, whatever, and then give me like the time frame in the video that you thought was funny. And what I'm going to do is, if I get enough entries, what I'm going to do is actually make a montage video. I'd like to at least make a montage video of some of my fan-picked funniest moments of the year. It's not going to be like a countdown or anything like that. It's not going to be, you know, top 5 or top 10. It's just going to be like a montage video. And I would do it myself, you know, I would pick the funniest moments myself, but it's almost like kind of laughing at your own joke a little bit if you pick things that you thought was funny. And also, bottom line is I've played so much this year, I just don't remember. You know, I don't remember parts of my playthroughs that were funny, and I would have no idea where to even look to start, so there's really no way I could do it. So I really would need the fans to kind of submit clips, you know, tell me what some things that you thought was funny, and if I get enough, meaning if I get enough that, you know, I can make a decent sized video, like 8-10 minute video, then I'll do it. So if you think something is funny and you want to see it in a montage, because there's a good probability, I'm not expecting a whole ton of these submitted, so there's a good probability that if you send one in, it's going to be included in the montage. Go ahead and submit them. You can send me a personal message on YouTube, or you can send me a message on Playfire. Do it that way. Make sure it's a PM. Don't leave me a channel comment or anything like that, because with the new layout, the channel comments, you know, I never really see them. So make sure it's a PM. But basically, like I said, send me the title of the video and the time frame in that particular video that you thought was enjoyable and funny to you. And if I get enough, I will go ahead and try to collect them all and do some editing and just make a montage video of some of your picks for some funny moments this year. So that's out there, okay? Is there anything else that I needed to say or wanted to talk about? I don't think there are. Oh, there is actually. I'm actually going to be making another video this week, updating, for the second time, updating my game rating system. You'll remember back in the summer, I actually made a video where I basically did a breakdown for you guys of, you know, how I score my games, what it means when I score a game a certain number, and I really broke it down step by step for you guys to give you a good understanding of how my game reviews work. Well, after doing game reviews since the summer, I have, you know, come to learn some things, come to realize some things that I need to change to actually make it better. And for me, the game reviews, as I've always said, is a big focus of this channel, and I've always kind of wanted it to be a focus of the channel. So I'm always kind of thinking of ways to improve the reviews to make them, you know, to make them more quality for you. And I've come up with some changes to my rating system, and so I'll be making a video this week at some point telling you guys, explaining to you guys the changes that I'm making, and they will apply to the next review I do, which is going to be, of course, Assassin's Creed. And Assassin's Creed, that review will be the first review that's going to implement my changes to my rating scale. I think that the changes make a lot of sense. I think it makes everything a lot easier, and you know, much easier for you guys to understand just how good or bad I think a game is when I give it a score. And I think that they're positive changes. So I'll be making a video this week explaining that, and hopefully wrapping up Assassin's Creed with the campaign, do some online play, multiplayer. I'm actually looking forward to the multiplayer, because I actually really enjoyed Brotherhood's multiplayer for a time until people started abusing the multiplayer. So I'm hoping that they've made some changes to this edition of the multiplayer, that people are playing it the way that the developers intended it to be played. And if that's true, then it's probably going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm looking forward to wrapping up one game of Gamingpalooza and moving on. So thanks everybody. More Assassin's Creed heading your way. More, well, a video about changes to my game reviews on the way. Remember, invitation is now open. Submit to me your some pics of yours for some funny moments of mine that stood out to you, that you remember. And if I get enough of those, I'll make a montage video to go along with my top 10 games of the year. I'll make that video sometime in January and get that out to you guys. And just keep watching, spreading the word. And I appreciate you guys, and everybody have a very happy and Merry Christmas. And if you do not celebrate Christmas, then have a very happy holiday, whichever you celebrate that is not Christmas. I wish everybody a very happy holiday season, and I hope that you get to spend some good time with your family and your friends, and get to have you know, some time of happiness and good cheer. We don't often get that in the real world anymore, when we look at all the problems that we face in our lives and in our country and everything else. You know, all the problems and bad things we hear about, but this is a time of year where we should put those behind us and have some happy quality time. And so I hope everybody is able to get that for the holidays that are coming up. So thanks guys, and I'll see you next week, the day after Christmas, for the last week of December, the last week of 2011, and we'll go from there. So thanks guys, I'll see you later.